Hi, everyone. Welcome to Disrupt Your Day. I am your host, Petula, and we are in season 5, which is going to be really epic. It's all about soulful awakening, unlocking your inner brilliance, however that may look for you. And today we have an amazing guest, and I'm super excited to have her on. Her name is Shanice, also known
Yes.
as the Reiki Mama, a gifted
Yes.
healer with a passion for guiding others on their spiritual journeys. And
Yes.
as a mother of 2, she combines her roles as a certified Reiki healer, energy
Yes.
healer, and spiritual life coach to help others find peace, healing, and clarity. With her
Yes.
unique blend of intuitive card readings and sound bath healing, Shanice is dedicated to helping people discover their own path to spiritual fulfillment and well-being. I am super excited to have her on. Everyone, welcome Shanice, aka Reiki Mama.
Yes. 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 Thank you so much, Petula. I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity. I actually just lit some sage. So I'm going to just, the spiritual being that I am, I'm going to just ask you, as well as anybody else who's listening, just to take a moment and just take a deep
Yes.
breath in for me. And let it go. Setting the intention to release any energies that you may be feeling that aren't serving your higher self. Yes. All righty. I just had to light some sage for the beginning of our session.
Amazing. I love
Yes.
it.
I was like, I gotta light some sage for us right when we start in the beginning, just to kick us off and just set the tone. All high
Yes.
vibrations and positivity here. So I'm super excited. Thank you again for the
Yes,
opportunity.
of course. I love it. I love the beginning of the start, and
Yes.
can't wait for you to share your story and give people some insights, because people look at healers as, oh, they got it all together,
Yes.
they're just like, they may be able to intuitively guide themselves throughout the
Yeah.
year. And so walk us through, like, when it started for you.
Woo.
Like, what was the pivotal moment in your life that you were like, no, this is what I want to do?
Yeah.
Your story, and then you could share later on manifestation, because that
Oh
is
my
a
goodness.
hot topic. So
Yes.
I will
Yes.
let you have the mic, the floor.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super excited, especially just about the manifestation. I didn't even know about manifestation in the beginning of my journey, and I didn't know that I was manifesting what I was manifesting until jumping into my spirituality. So I'm super excited to get into that. I want to say that my spiritual, I've always been religious or spiritual, raised in a Catholic home and very like religious, going to church every Sunday. I was always drawn to my cards, to my gifts, to my intuition. I've always had the clairvoyance and the clairaudience within myself, which is in regards to like having vision and hearing things that are more supernatural or spiritual. Yes, and so I've always
Mhm.
kind of been scared of that, right? Being
Mm.
like growing up, and I've always kind of steered away because as a growing up Catholic
Mhm.
or religious, cards, all of these deviations are all considered evil or
Yeah.
negative or bad. And so it wasn't until I became older that I really felt comfortable in really kind of pursuing what makes me happy and what kind of fills my cup.
Yeah.
And that being my spirituality. So I went through my divorce with my ex-husband now, and that was when I found my first feather. And at the time, I did not know what that meant for me. Whereas now in my journey, my guides and my spiritual team
Mm.
communicate with me through feathers.
Mm.
And so just kind of letting me know that I'm on the right track. Yes, confirming and giving me reassurance. This is where you're supposed to go, what you're feeling, and what direction you're headed. We approve of, or we're guiding you, and we're here with you. Um, Throughout that journey, going through my divorce, healing through that, kind of going through all of the things, um, I remember there was a year that I was just like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to conquer this and I'm going to conquer that and I'm going to do this. And I said it all. I made a plan And
Yeah.
everything that I had thought of, that I had originated in my mind of things to do and set my goals for myself, I was able to accomplish. And that was just one of the best years of my life. And with that being said, I followed through, stayed in the corporate world at the time. And I was just going through a lot of different things within my personal life,
Mm.
with, court and going through a sexual assault case at the time. Heavy, heavy stuff.
Mhm.
Yes. And
Mhm.
a lot of times you fall into like the feeling of, why me, right? Like, why is this happening to me? What's going on? And I just kept busting through, fighting through it. When everything kind of came to a head, I knew that there was something more for me. I knew it. I
Mhm.
felt it in my bones. Like, I just knew something was there that I needed to get into. And at that time, I turned to crystals. That's where my crystal
Okay.
journey began. Yes. And I kind of started in with the crystals, and I was like, okay, this is the carnelian is for confidence. The amethyst is for
Yeah.
tranquility and balance. The selenite is to cleanse and, remove negative energy. And so I think the first purchase of crystals that I did, I kid you not, Petula, was like $400.
Oh my God.
And I went a little, I went a little overboard, but I had crystals everywhere. And
Yeah.
I just felt
You're like,
so
I'm
much
doing
better.
this.
Yes, I dove in head first, and I was just like, this is what's happening. And since then, I knew that this is what I was supposed to do. I definitely was excited about my journey. I quit my corporate job because I was like, this is not it. This is not where I feel like I need to be.
And
Um,
was that intuitively guided?
yes. I think it was a mixture of intuition, my guides with my feathers, but also I needed a break because my mental space just wasn't in the right place with everything
Mhm.
going on with my trial.
Yeah.
My job, we had just gotten through COVID. There was a lot of different things that was going on at
Yeah.
that time where I was just feeling so overwhelmed. And I was like,
Mm.
I need something more. Like, this just isn't, like, I had anxiety. I was like
Mhm.
it was just
Yeah.
too much. Yes, I couldn't focus. Um,
Yes.
so I quit my job and I turned at the time to real estate, and which I am a real estate agent, and I do real estate with wholesaling. I wholesaled nationally for a year.
Mm.
Again, another thing that I manifested that I didn't even realize at the time that that's what I was doing. Um, and soon after real estate came Reiki. And my sister got me a Reiki appointment for my birthday, my
Oh.
30th birthday. Yes. And I was like, this is it. Like, this is it for me. This is what I want to do. This
Mm.
woman, when I tell you, was so gifted at the time. I was just like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I feel so much better. My mind feels clear, my energy and my spirit, I feel lighter. And this was just off of one session. This was like, she did a card reading for me before, and it was just like so reassuring. It was like the gates opened up, and it was oh, like I knew this is what was my
Yeah.
calling. This is my
Yeah.
purpose. I'm here to heal.
Mhm.
So shortly after that, it was New Year's, and I had gotten COVID, and I was stuck. I was stuck at home
Oh.
on New Year's, and I was like, okay, I have to do something, because I just felt like a bum sitting on the couch, sick with COVID. And
Oh.
I did some Googling, and I
Mhm.
found my Reiki master. And I came to her with the intention of becoming Reiki certified. And when I came in our first meeting, I realized I need some help. Like, I need to heal myself to be able to effectively heal others.
Mhm.
And something that you touched on earlier, a lot of people think healers are all put together, but we're not.
Yeah.
Healing is an everyday thing, completely.
Mhm.
I
I'm
think
so
when
happy you
you're
said that.
Yes, it's an everyday thing. It's like there's going to be days where you're triggered and you're like,
Yeah.
I thought that I worked on this. I thought that I
Yeah.
dealt with this. I thought that I released this. But XYZ is triggering me, be that a song, be that a smell, be that a date,
Mm.
whatever it is that's triggering you in that moment, it arises again. And you're like, wait a minute, whoa, whoa, whoa. And that's exactly what happened to me.
Mhm.
I had thought that I had healed my traumas from my case, from my trial. And I realized in our session, like, no, there's still so much healing that I needed to do. And so prior to becoming certified with Reiki, I actually did a spiritual program to where I did a healing program to go through doing the shadow work, doing the mirrors, the mirror
Mm.
exercises where I look at my reflection and I talk to myself, all of the different things. And it was just so gratifying that when I got certified with my Reiki 1, which there's 3 different Reiki levels, my Reiki 1 is your first Reiki certification. I was ready. I was ready and
Mm.
I felt confident. I felt confident in what I was doing. I felt confident in being able to um, heal myself. That's
Yeah.
the first kind of um, level, is healing more so yourself rather than
Yeah.
healing others. Reiki 2 is where you really kind of dive
Mm.
in to being able to heal and send energy, whether that's in person or distant. And so, again, still after Reiki 1, really practicing my
Yeah.
own teachings, right? Like what I've taught, what I've learned from my master, as well as healing myself every day with Reiki, going through the different hand positions. Um, that now I can stand in front of people now and I don't see my traumas as negative. I see them almost as blessings. And the reason why I say that is because as soon as I got my Reiki 2, all of my clients had experienced sexual assault, or any kind of bullying, any kind of situation that I had to try out childhood traumas with. All of my clients that were gravitating to me had those
Oh
same
my
issues.
goodness.
And it was clear to me, like I went through these challenges to be able to heal and get other people through the same things, with Reiki, with spiritual healing. And every single day, it is a blessing for me and a day of reassurance. Every single day, there's one person that says something to me where it's just a reminder of why I
Mm.
do what I do, why I am so involved with those and my clients around me. Because I'll message you guys and I'll say, hey, how are you? How are you doing today? What's
Yeah.
going on? Like, how are you doing since our last session? I also do my card readings, my intuitive card readings, and those create stability and almost like closure and reassurance for people who are coming to me as well. I did a reading yesterday for a woman who lost her husband,
Mm.
and it was a mediumship reading, and it was amazing. It was beautiful, and to be able to give her that reassurance that he's with
Mm.
her, and that he had no pain throughout his passing, and that he plays with the light when in the house, those little things,
Yeah.
kind of is like, okay, like he may not be here physically,
Yeah.
but he's here with
He's
me, and I
here.
yes, and I appreciate you, and those words go so far. I appreciate
Yes.
you, just to anybody, I think. But
Yeah.
it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey for me. Um, Again, I just am reminded every day that this is exactly what I'm supposed to do. I haven't gotten to the point to where I see people in public and have like the courage to go up to somebody and be like, can I tell you something? Can I talk to you for a second? I haven't gotten that courage just yet, but I do allow people to come to me, and I've let the universe know, like, if there's people that
Uh-huh.
need my word or need guidance, send them to me. And
Yeah.
in like little conversations, whether I'm at the grocery store or,
Yeah.
whatever it is, the car
Yeah.
insurance place, the DMV, and I'm just creating conversation with people. I'll spew in little things because people just like, it's like word vomit. Bleh. Like they don't like, they're
They
just like, yes. And it's like, and I don't mind it. And they're just like, they always apologize. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm just telling you all these things. And I'm like,
do.
no, give it to me. Like, let's
You
talk about
shared,
it.
right.
Yes, let's talk about it. Um, I think that it's a blessing to be able to do what I
Yeah.
do, for sure.
It is. I feel like everyone probably has intuition, but they don't know how to
Yeah.
tap into it.
Yes.
But I'm happy that you shared that you were able to see that you need to heal yourself first before you
Yes.
could start healing
Yes.
others. But based on your experience, it even gives you more heightened awareness of who you need to provide the services for, which is
Correct.
amazing. If
Yeah.
you could share the meaning of what feathers mean,
Yeah.
so that the audience can know what you meant.
Yes. So feathers are an indication for me, and different feathers mean different things. White feathers are like your angels and your guides.
Hmm.
Black feathers can represent power, strength, like you're on the right path kind of thing.
Okay.
These things are sent to you, and at least for me, as reassurance and as guidance that I'm on the right path. And
Mhm.
so there's times, and it's so funny. One of the ways that I know, like, because people could say, like, how do you know the feathers is guidance? How do you like their feathers? Birds are
Right.
everywhere. Birds are everywhere. But I noticed that when I received the feathers and I acknowledged the feathers, like
Yeah.
I see you, I see
Hmm.
this feather, thank you. I would collect feathers at that point. Like I would acknowledge them and take
Oh,
them.
yeah.
And people would be like, that's gross. Like feathers are so dirty. And it never resonated with me in that way,
Yeah.
because I always felt like the feathers that were sent to me were clean. And so I would always just, and I could be wrong, but that's just how I felt and it resonated with
Yeah,
me. So
but
I
it's
went
your
with it.
feeling, right? No one can tell
Yes,
you different.
100%. And so just giving gratitude, to my guides, to my angels, thank you for this confirmation. Thank you for this reassurance.
Yeah.
And every time that I gave gratitude and acknowledged the feathers, more would come.
Hmm.
Whereas there was a time, and it's very common. There's times where you're on your journey, your healing
Yeah.
journey, because it's a very difficult one. There's
Yeah.
times where you just want to throw your hands up. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to
Ooh,
heal. I don't want to
yes.
heal. I don't want to do it. This is
Hmm.
uncomfortable for me and I'm not
Yeah.
ready for it. Right. And there was a time where I stopped acknowledging those feathers. And when I
Mm.
stopped acknowledging those feathers, they stopped coming. I did not see any feathers after that. No matter where I went, there would not be a feather.
Yeah.
And when I actually started to notice the feathers returning, I would say, thank you. Thank you. And I'd give gratitude for
Aw.
those feathers again, because I realized like I had to communicate with my guides, like, and almost like say, like, I'm sorry, right? Like for
Yeah.
disconnecting and disconnecting from you and steering away from my path, knowing that this is for me.
Yeah.
I want to rebuild and reconnect with you. Show me a sign through feathers. Show me that you're with me through my feathers. Let's bring that back. And I kid you not, back to back feathers. Even
Oh
now,
my
tur-
God.
turkey feathers. I just
Wow.
recently found a red hawk. I think it's a red hawk feather in my backyard. That's all red or all white with red and brown.
Oh
It's
my
a
God.
beautiful feather.
Oh. Yeah.
And granted, I am going through things now in my life that are pivoting me in a different direction and down a different path. And
Yeah.
so when that happens for me, I'm like, wait a minute, should I go left? Should I go right? Like, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Feather, feather, feather. And I find them when I notice when I'm finding them is when I'm thinking about where it is that I'm going. Is this the right move?
Mm.
Should I do this? Thinking about, what the outcome may be. And my feathers will show themselves, they'll present
Mm.
themselves. And so it's like, okay, I've got it. I've got it. Okay. And I just go because I know for me, that's what resonates with me. Sometimes
Yes.
other people have like angel numbers
Hmm.
or they have, certain things like butterflies or hummingbirds or dragonflies, those
Yes.
kinds of things. Yeah. So it just kind of depends. There's signs everywhere. Um,
Mm.
we just need to keep our eye out for them. Even music.
It's so funny that you say that about the dragonflies. Because recently in walking my dog every day, every morning, there's like a lot of dragonflies around. Like, I'm like, what is there? But I'm like, oh,
Right. Have you Googled what
no,
dragonflies mean?
I'm gonna need
Google it.
to.
Google it. Google it. Google dragonflies and spiritual meanings. There was a time where I was just seeing a whole bunch of lizards, and I'm like, why am I seeing all these lizards? Like,
Yeah.
what is going on? And I
Mhm.
realized that it's in regards to rebirth and rejuvenation. And the reason is because
Oh,
they can regrow their tails. Does that make sense? Like their tails can pop off
yeah. Oh, I
and
didn't know that.
yes. and it's like a defense mechanism for like when they get like snatched up by like animals or people, they like disconnect from their tails. And so at least the little one, like the blue bellied lizards. And
Mm.
so I was like, what is this? Like, why am I seeing all of these things? And it's in regards to like rebirth and
Mm-hmm.
growing and transformation. And it
Okay.
made sense because, again, these things happen with me when I'm going through things in my
Something.
life. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like, okay, like I just got to trust. And so I always tell myself, I trust in the unseen. Everything always works out for me.
Yeah.
Affirmations are huge because the mind is very, very powerful. Um,
Yes.
very powerful. And law of attraction is a real thing. And the more and more that you focus and fixate on the negative, the more and more that's going to come in, the more and more that's
Mm.
going to be attracted to you. Yes. So, and I know it's difficult, but I've had to get in the habit to find the beauty in the
Mm-hmm.
chaos. Does that make sense? Like finding the beauty in the chaos.
Yes.
And it's an everyday struggle because
Yeah.
sometimes there's days that are easier than others to find that
Right.
beauty.
Yeah.
But, you know,
You're
like
like, I'm
finding,
struggling.
yes, but trying to find it, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. And like I said, it may take longer what
Yeah.
some
So
days, but
what practices or routines have helped you to be like more effective in helping others and yourself
yes,
like level up kind of spiritually and just
yes,
unlocking the soul's true potential? Because I
yeah.
feel like and I know for me, I could talk from experience, I feel things like I'm a dreamer, right? So if I dream
Mm-hmm.
something, I know something's happening about it,
Mm-hmm.
right? But intuition is something that we all have and it comes in, but in order to tap into it or feel it, or like what tools would you
Mm,
share that people could use in their day to day, like like you're saying, being grateful for the feathers, or
yes,
like paying attention to signs. Those
yes,
obviously are great nuggets and takeaways, but what would
yeah.
you say that helped you effectively just grow spiritually?
Yeah. I think in addition to just going through with my Reiki master, having a spiritual program,
Yeah.
um, and I have a spiritual program and I customize it to each client because each
Mm,
client's healing journey is different.
right.
However, continuing that, and in that practice, in that
Mhm.
teaching, you learn something that's called your daily spiritual practice.
Mm,
And daily, connecting daily to your spiritual self is 100% necessary. Grounding, grounding outside, putting your feet in the dirt, putting your hands in water. If you find yourself at work all the time and you're in a
mhm,
cubicle and you can't get to water or to dirt every single day, ocean sounds, water sounds.
mm,
If you like fire or the sounds of like a campfire, listen to
right.
campfire noises. Um, and just focus on your breathing. Breathing techniques have been amazing for me.
Mhm,
Just taking a moment
mhm,
to just say, okay, I'm overwhelmed or I'm anxious or I'm angry or whatever it is, acknowledging your feelings in your body, giving
mhm.
yourself grace is
Yeah,
huge. Not judging yourself
yeah.
for feeling those feelings, right? Acknowledge that the way that you feel always is valid. Yes,
Mhm.
regardless of a situation, big or small, how you're feeling is valid. Let's take a deep breath,
Yeah.
right? Let's
Mhm,
take a deep breath. Um, Also meditating.
mm,
Meditating is huge. And there's a misconception with meditation. A lot of people think that you have to meditate for hours or you have to
right.
meditate for a long time, when in
Mhm,
reality, you don't. You can
mhm.
put on meditation music and meditate for 5 minutes,
Yeah,
5 minutes
yeah.
and done. As long as you can just take a moment to kind of quiet your mind, right? And it definitely takes time. I know in the beginning of my meditation journey, my mind was racing,
Yeah. That
racing
monkey brain,
every
right?
single, yes, every single minute, like it's like
Yeah.
right. um because I'm always thinking about something. Okay, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to meditate, but I know I have to do the dishes. Okay, my phone is ringing.
Right.
Okay, wait, but I have to pick up my daughter at 2 o'clock, but we
Yeah.
have an appointment at this time, so I'm going to have to go here first and then go there. It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
Just setting the intention to acknowledge those thoughts,
Mhm,
right? Acknowledge that those things will still be there after 5 minutes, and
Yeah.
you owe it to yourself, right? To just sit and just be still. I
Yes.
think self-care is selfless, yes, and
Yeah.
prioritizing our self-care, prioritizing our mental health, prioritizing ourselves, right? Um,
Yes.
it's extremely important. And if you guys ever, whoever is listening, if you guys struggle with prioritizing yourself, or if you find yourself being a people pleaser, which are things that I personally struggle with, right? I
Yeah.
usually am like way back here on the line of things and people that need to have done, right? It's my daughter,
Yeah.
it's my son, all of the things. Um, Really taking time to think about, when you're on an airplane
Hmm.
and the stewardess is talking to you, and the stewardess is like, okay, in the event of this plane crashing, put on your face mask first.
Yes. Yeah.
Put your face mask on first, and then put on somebody else's face mask, whoever you're
Yeah.
with. Yes. Um, think of it like that. Put your own face mask on. Put your own energy into you first, because you
Yes.
can't you can't give to others with an empty cup. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes, 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 yes. That's so
Yes.
important
Yes.
for people to understand and know. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that great knowledge,
Yes.
expertise. So manifestation,
Mhm.
you know, there's always that, well, how do I manifest? I try to do it and it doesn't. And I
Yeah.
guess to not really dive deep into it, but to maybe give three profound pillars maybe
Yes.
on like maybe the beginning of manifesting, the in between and the end.
Yes. Think, feel, and vision. So think
Mhm.
about what you want,
Yeah.
think about it, and think about it specifically. Because the more specific you are, the better it will come in for you. So really think about what it is that you want. Um, Feel it. Feel that feeling that you would
Mhm.
feel when you have it, when it's already there. Giving gratitude for it already being here, as
Right.
if it's here in your life and you can touch it and it's already yours. Yes. Vision, visualize it. Close your eyes, visualize everything. You want a new house? Visualize that house. Visualize the street that it's on. Visualize the neighborhood. Visualize your furniture in that house. Visualize yourself eating dinner at the dinner table. Those kinds of things, really get into it. And I think what's key is finding a path of least resistance, because when you have negative thoughts, like when you're
Mhm.
okay manifesting money and you're like, I want to manifest $50,000. Okay. I want to
Okay.
manifest $50,000 in 3 months. And then
Okay.
you think in the back of your mind, even for a split second, I don't know if I could do that.
Mm.
Boom. It's going to cut you off right there, because you're telling the universe that you can't do it. And so that's why a lot of people's manifestations do not come in, because
Mm.
they're creating these manifestations for themselves. However, they're creating these manifestations with doubt. Does that make sense?
Mm.
Like,
Yes.
can I really achieve
Yes.
this? Like, can I really do that? $50,000 is a lot of money. Like, thinking
Yes.
even in that is like,
Yes.
nope,
Yes.
you don't want to think that. So when you're thinking of money,
Mhm.
finding gratitude in the money that you currently have, rather than focusing on your bills that you have to pay and the money that you don't have to pay for them, thinking about being grateful for the bills that you can pay. I'm grateful for paying this water bill today. I'm grateful for paying this phone bill today. And pushing and kind of putting little nuggets and positivity,
Yes.
because that's what's going to pull it in, and that's what's going to show the universe, I'm grateful for what I have. I'm willing, ready, and open to receiving more. And I'm on a path of least resistance, because I know it's already mine. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because I think oftentimes people are, like you said, they'll say, I want $50,000, but I'm like, "Well, how am I going to do that?"
Yes.
So like you're putting it
Yes.
out there, but then you're taking it back, right?
Hmm.
So that's a great information to share with the audience.
Yeah.
One question that did come up in reference to manifestation is people say, yeah, I envision it, I have it, I'm holding it, and it just never happens.
Yeah.
And they've been told it's because they don't let it go. So what exactly does that mean?
So when you manifest, yes, you're manifesting, you are giving the universe your wants, your desires. I like thank you, your gratitude, right? But
Yes.
when you're here and you're the next day, you're like, I wonder if my manifestation is working. I wonder if it's coming through. Oh, it hasn't happened yet, so it's not coming in. Oh, I haven't seen what I wanted to see, so I don't think it's going to come in. Those are the things that are keeping it at bay. Focusing on it coming in or not coming in is
Hmm.
keeping it at bay. Even the simple sentence of what you said, I am putting it out there, I'm thinking it, I'm feeling it, I'm envisioning it, but it's just never coming in. That sentence right there is very self-limiting,
Yes.
because you're saying, my manifestations never come in. Does that make
Mm,
sense? You don't
yes,
want to
yes,
say that.
yes,
You don't want
yes,
to say that. You want to give
yes.
gratitude for the universe or for your guides or your spiritual team or whoever, even if it doesn't have to be geared toward that specifically. It could be if you believe in God, it could be in your faith in the one above. Yes. He's got me. Yeah, he's got me. He's making
Yeah.
sure that these things are coming through. It doesn't have to be. That's one of the things that I love about spirituality is that it's so universal. So it doesn't have to be just one set thing. You can focus and kind of put in place the words that you resonate with the most, especially when it comes into what your beliefs are. Um, with
That's
that,
interesting.
just yes, just letting it go. Just let it,
Hmm.
like, literally, I know it's mine. I told the universe I want
Yes.
it. It's on
It's
its
so
way.
Yeah, it's so funny. I was having a conversation recently with a friend of mine who's into spirituality as well. And this is something they were saying, right? A couple of people, because I've been interviewing a lot of people for this season. And so I was saying for me, when I manifest, it's literally I say, oh, I'm gonna do this, and this is what I want, and I just put it there, and then I just leave it alone. Like
Yeah.
I launch it and I don't even think about it anymore.
Yep. Yep.
And literally it just starts coming in.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's exactly that. You just let it go. You put it there and you just let it go. It's like putting something in a box and then just put in the box somewhere. I don't know how many times I do that. I put something in storage and then I forget that it was even there until
Yes.
months and months later when I'm clearing
Yes.
out the boxes and that space. I'm like, oh, I forgot I even put this in here. That's the letting it go aspect of
Yes.
letting go of your manifestations. Just know it's already yours. Whether it
Yeah.
comes in a day, in a month, in a week, in a year, know that it's going to be something that comes into fruition. And there'll be times when you're like, dang, I remember I was manifesting this a
Yeah.
year ago, or I manifested this, a couple months ago.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes.
Completely. One of my first years of manifesting, I manifested my entire year. I manifested my surrogacy. I manifested my body. I manifested my boudoir photo shoot for my 30th birthday. I
Yay.
manifested everything from beginning to end. And
Yes.
by the month, January, I started my diet. I said by April, I'm going to be ready with the body that I want so that I can take my boudoir photo shoot in May for my
Yeah.
birthday, so that I can be pregnant and inseminated with my IVF in July. And that's
Yeah.
exactly how it happened, month for month for month. Thinking about it, feeling
Wow.
it. Yes, knowing that it's coming in is key, right? Like it's already mine. It's already mine. And even from that, like blessings have come from that alone, from that year alone that I'm still experiencing. Yes.
That's
The
amazing.
It's crazy. It's crazy how the world and the universe works, right? The baby that I carried, I still am in contact with them and the family.
Oh.
And the gentleman just came in from, he's in Thailand, so he's across the nation. Yeah, he's across the world.
Mm.
And he just came in and he met my Reiki master, and him and my Reiki master just connected. And he's very spiritual. I'm very spiritual. We're talking about collaborating and doing Reiki in Thailand. Like, there's just
Oh
so
my
many
God.
things. Yes,
Yes.
there's so many things that you're just like, man, like this was divinely guided.
Oh,
100%.
amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that because for me, I can only talk from personal experience because then the ones that I'm obsessed with, the
Yeah.
things that I want, and every day I'm like, oh, it gonna happen? Is it
Yeah.
gonna, you know,
Yeah.
it just keeps my timeline gets pushed back because I'm
Yeah.
pushing it back, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's your energy. And a lot of people don't want to admit that or don't want to acknowledge that because they're like, I want my manifestations to come in. I need them to come in. It's not me. It's not me at all. But sometimes you could be doing everything. You could be
Yeah.
doing everything that you're supposed to do. You could be letting it go, finding a
Yeah.
path of least resistance, think, feel, vision, and for some reason, if at that point you're doing all the things and your manifestations still aren't coming through, it's your chakras. And
Mm.
if your chakras are blocked,
Yeah.
if you aren't fully connected and aligned here
Hmm.
internally, like energetically,
Yeah.
then there will be an issue with your manifestations coming in as well.
Because
So
that's
just
like
be aware.
flow, right? Because everything's
Yes,
energy, right?
yes,
And then the energies in your body, if it's not flowing, things aren't
correct,
happening. Is that's how
correct.
that works, right?
Yes, correct. Exactly. I think the way that you and I kind of have discussed the way that it flows is kind of thinking of a river, right? With different, like different little sections of the river. And when you have a clogged or a blocked
Yeah.
chakra, it's clogged with dirt and leaves and grossness.
Oh,
And so the
yes.
water isn't flowing through correctly, that it just sometimes there's dry spots and stagnant energy. And
Mm,
when it's stagnant, it's like old and moldy, right? Think of it as like gross food that's like
yes.
left over that hasn't been eaten. Like that's just sitting inside of you. So it's really important to make sure that you are focusing on yourself as well energetically
Mhm.
when thinking about your manifestations, whether that's your chakras or just your energy day to day.
Yeah.
Um, this experience here between you and I, we're exchanging energy. Yes,
Yes.
it's good energy, it's positive energy,
Yes.
but not all interactions are like that throughout your day. Yes.
Let me tell you, I completely agree because I had so many forms submitted to this, and some people, I feel the energy through the
Yes.
forms, just reading
Mm-hmm.
it. I can't even get on a video with them.
Mm-mm.
And then I'm such a person, like sometimes I'm just like always like, oh, well, maybe, and I just
Yeah.
give people a chance.
Yeah.
And so then I get, I do pre-interviews first, and then I get on there, and like one day I set three up, and then
Yeah.
by the end of those three, I am so drained from the
Yes.
energy exchange from these
Yes.
people that I
Yes.
can't even function. And part of that, like you were saying, is I'm picking up their negativity. So I need to clean that out. That's
Yes.
why that's why
Yes.
I have my sage right next
Yes.
to me.
Yes. The sage. Even like doing stuff like even if you don't have sage, because not a lot of people who are potentially
Yeah.
listening have sage or have, resources or tools like
Yeah.
Florida water or sage or Palo Santo. Or, but you can get something even from in your home, in your
Mm.
cabinet. You can get salt. You can
Oh,
get salt. Salt is
yeah.
a purification agent, and you can take a shower with salt, and it has so
Yeah.
many benefits. It's exfoliating, so you get out and your skin is super soft
Yeah.
after you're done, but it's used as a purification and just setting the intention of the salt balancing, purifying your body, releasing energies that aren't yours, that don't
Mhm.
serve you, that don't
Yeah.
belong to you, that you've picked up from other people, other experiences, other places. Yes.
Yeah.
And using that and you visualizing the water
Yeah.
acting as a continued cleansing agent,
Yeah.
right? As this water pours down my body, it continues to balance, cleanse, and purify myself, my
Mhm.
energy, and watch it go down the drain and
Ah,
visualize it. All that negativity is down.
oh, this
All that
is
negativity is
amazing.
off. Yeah, because some people don't. They don't have those tools,
Yeah.
right? Whereas
Yeah.
me, I'm spiritual. I have Palo Santo and sage particles in my purse, right? Like that's just what my purse looks like. And not everybody has that, right? So everybody has salt. And if you don't have salt, that's okay too. The
Yeah.
water will do just fine.
Yeah.
Visualizing the water removing the
Clarity. Yes.
energies. Yes, completely.
Love it. And I'm sure everyone
Yes.
listening is going to love it.
Yes.
Well, what's next for Shanice or Reiki Mama?
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I could talk to you for probably another hour
I know, right?
and, get the audience. Just, share with us what's next. Everyone, all of Shanice Reiki Mama's information will be in the description.
Thank
I
you.
actually experienced a couple of Reiki sessions with this lovely woman,
Yes.
and it was incredible. She unblocked all the stagnant energies that I had. I think every single one of them were blocked. And then in my
Yeah.
second session, they were all cleared. I mean, the
Yeah.
first session, they were all cleared up. So she's
Yeah.
amazing. So
Thank
definitely
you.
reach out to her for a Reiki session. It can be done. Um, long
Uh,
distance,
yes.
because I'm in actually Miami and she's in California, someplace in
Yes.
California, and so we're on different time zones, but that's why digital media, a
Yeah.
digital business. But anyways, sorry about that. I'm giving you like that plug because I was so excited about it.
I know.
But tell me what's coming up for you.
Oh my goodness, so much. So I do obviously Reiki sessions in person as well as distant. So if you guys are in the Bay Area in California, reach out to me anywhere really around the world. You guys reach out to me. The ReikiMama.com is my website. I'm thinking of doing merch as well and
Oh,
just having, yes,
yay.
I'm thinking about just doing like the Reiki Mama logo. Like this is one of
Mhm.
my shirts here, and maybe just putting the Reiki Mama logo on the back and just doing like spiritual puns or something along those lines. My following on TikTok, they're asking me for clothing, and I'm like,
Nice.
okay, let's do it. Like this is what you guys are asking for, so let me give it to you. I do intuitive reading, so I can always read for those who need a little bit of general guidance. Um,
Mhm.
career, love readings, whatever you want. I'm also doing sound bath meditations. Healing meditations as well. And then my programs with intuitive healing, energetic
Mhm.
healing, Reiki healing. I'm also going to be doing hypnosis. I'm working on my certification for hypnosis.
Ooh,
Yes. So
yay,
lots of things are,
exciting.
yes, lots of things are coming up. I'm really excited. Also with my programs, my healing programs, we have that as an option for you guys as well. And you can choose between a 5 week, a 10 week, or a 12 week program. And I'll customize it. I'll customize it to you and to your needs and what you guys are looking to heal. Um, and that's really it. I mean, other than that, being a
Oh,
mom,
that's it? No,
yeah,
that's
look.
amazing. You have a lot of amazing
Yeah.
things now and
Yeah.
some coming in the future. I
Yeah.
want to thank you so much for today and all your wisdom and knowledge,
Yeah.
as well as everyone, don't forget to subscribe, hit
Yes.
the bell to get notification for every episode that goes live. Again, like I mentioned earlier, all of Shanice's Reiki Mama's information will be in the
Yeah.
description for you to get
Thank
in
you.
contact with her. Additionally, we have a lot happening for us as well.
Yes.
Besides our podcast, Disrupt Your Day, Vision Ready, we're also doing a monthly cup of convo where we all meet and just have conversation. It's all about community and
Yes.
supporting each other, as well as we have an event coming up October 17th,
Yes.
which is called Ignite Your Inner Badass. So we'll probably be
Yes.
doing that several times throughout the year. So definitely get on our mailing list and follow us as well, and follow Reiki Mama as well on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. But
Yes.
all that juicy information will be included in the description below. So again, thank you everyone
Yes.
for participating today, listening, and I hope you got some amazing takeaways. Shanice, thank you so much again.
Yes. Of course.
And I would love for you guys to experience this amazing woman.
Yes. Thank
And
you.
yeah, so till next time, or we'll talk
Yes.
soon.
Yes, we will. I'm so
Yes.
excited. And Petula, again, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you
Oh, thank
coming from
you.
our healing session and our Reiki session and now being a part of your podcast. I am so grateful and I'm super excited for you.
Oh,
And
thank
believe it or
you.
not, yes, believe it or not, these are your manifestations coming into fruition as well. And
Yes.
so I just 100% support you and everything, giving a
Oh,
voice to other women and getting
thank
in
you.
tune with like just your own kind of purpose in life. You're touching so many people and I'm just
Oh,
blessed to be a part of it. So thank you.
thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
Yes.
Till next time, everyone. Take care.